friend of mine from Ohio. He's a former retired colonel from here in Fort Knox, JAG officer, combat vet in Afghanistan. He's former state rep in Ohio, in the Columbus, Ohio area, and he's running for Congress in Ohio 15. And he's on the veteran caucus of the Ohio Democratic Party right now. My friend, Colonel Adam Miller.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Good afternoon. It's good to be back in the Commonwealth. Colonel Miller's back at the 100th. I feel like, it's time for the bourbon call. This is such a privilege to stand here among fellow veterans, federal employees. You have led us the last 30 years to develop the most lethal, agile, resilient force in the world. Thank you for what you do. Thank you. The only thing we can do, the thing we need to make happen, is we need reinforcements so that Rep. McGarvey is Chairman McGarvey next year. And in Ohio, we are starting to figure out that maybe we need to vote different. I went to a veterans event in Southern Ohio, where I'm from, Southern Ohio, Eastern Kentucky, Appalachia is our family, steelworkers from Portsmouth, Ohio. And when I talked to those folks, they said, we've never seen the Republican, tell us what you're for. I said, that's easy, I'm for jobs. I'm for seniors. I'm for education. I'm for all the people that do all the work. I'm for labor. Yes. I'm for due process. I'm for the Constitution. And they said, Colonel, we've never seen them. Maybe we're going to vote Democrat this time. Yeah. And folks, that was 85% Ross County, a county that Sherrod Brown and I need to do better next cycle, and we will. So two things. I want to say hello and greetings from Sherrod Brown to all of you, to Representative McGarvey and all of you here. Sherrod is so excited to be running. Sherrod was not going to run again. He was going to hand the baton off, but when he saw the destruction that workers were being subjected to, the destruction of our federal workforce, the carnage, Sherrod said, I have to go again. Yes. So we are so excited. Sherrod Brown is going to defeat the Republican, and we are going to have an Ohio Democratic senator again who will be your ally in Congress. And Sherrod worked for years, and with your congressman, to pass the PACT Act. We finally had something, and it was more significant than people realize. It isn't just about benefits. It's not just about keeping the promise to veterans when they swore the oath. It's creating a presumption that if you served, you are eligible for the benefits that you've earned. You don't have to provide mountains of paperwork. You don't have to wait 10 years for all the adjudication. And let me tell you, if the command and those CXOs can process a voucher in 5 seconds, they can process our adjudication for our veterans benefits, where we are the living proof of what we've served and how we've suffered. We need to do better. So to cancel, and my Republican friends said, oh, we support the PACT Act. And I said, if you supported it, why did you vote the next week to cut funding to the VA section that adjudicates claims? That's criminal. That is wrong. We need a Congress that will fund the VA, support veterans, and keep promises to military families. Do we not? Yes. All right. But it's even getting worse. They created this new situation where they were going to cut 30%, and then the VA, we'll go 40%. So our service members are deploying more than any time in history since World War II, and they cut the Bible. They cut chaplain support from all of our brigades. I can't believe my ears. They cut the Yellow Ribbon program. They cut the military families in each, that FSA in each brigade is gone, just like the chaplain. You want a strong bonds chaplain presentation before you deploy for the 4th time? Go read the PowerPoint. That's literally what they told us at the 100th Division. And my general said, no way. Shame. Thank you. Shame. My general said, no way. And you know what they said to my general? You're being bragged to North Carolina. Fort Knox is going to get smaller. So, folks, this needs to be a wake-up call for all of us. Because when we went back to the soldiers, when we went back to the military families, some of whom haven't voted for Democrats in a while, they said, this is wrong. I didn't vote for this. I voted for veterans. I voted for my country. I'm not going to support this anymore. This illegal regime. The president's decision to employ the National Guard has been declared illegal. So I've got one message for the president. Please keep the Guard home. If you've been to how many of you have been to the Wendell Ford training area? And how many of you did support or relief after those floods and the storms? It was terrible what we saw in Kentucky and West Virginia. The National Guard should not be providing support that isn't wanted, isn't needed, and is putting troops out of their military duty into dangerous situations they're not trained for. So you're going to see a Congress that pulls the plug on that, and you're going to see a Veterans Committee that finally can provide the resources to take care of our vets, take care of military families, and take care of our disabled veterans. I was very encouraged when I saw the work that Representative McGarvey and the leadership for disabled vets in his subcommittee. That is a big deal. We need to take care of all of our vets, all of our military. Yes. And I'll say one more thing. The new Democratic Party chair called all of us veterans to a committee meeting and said, hey, if you're a veteran, you're going to be on our leadership team for this Democratic outreach that we're building. The Ohio Veterans Caucus, the Kentucky Veterans Caucus, the West Virginia. So if you are a veteran, if you're a military family member, and you want to see things get better for vets, join the Veterans Caucus. We're going to work for you. And in 2 years' time, we're going to have a Democratic House of Representatives with a chairman and a gavel from Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you.